Can we afford the Giganotosaurus Tier 5 Beast Handler on Chimps mode? Now, the reason why I wanted to try this thing, let me just place my Beast Handlers like this. I think I should have this guy on strong, because these guys, the way that they attack if you don't have a beast is with their staffs. And the staffs don't do actually a lot of damage. They do like 1 damage, but there's like an AoE around them when they attack. So they're not that bad, I guess, for like a $270 tower, but obviously the power is in the beast. So the Giganotosaurus is actually a tower that costs $75,600, and it's probably one of the most expensive towers. Basically, I guess if you count out the Paragons, and like out of all the tier 5s, I'm pretty sure that they're like up there. But the thing with the Giganotosaurus is that it's not just, let me buy one more actually, these guys. The thing about the tier 5 beast handlers in general, actually, not just the Giganotosaurus, is that you have to buy 4 tier 4s before you're allowed to purchase it. So you know, even if you have the money, like, it doesn't matter. You need to have the tier 4s, and then the upgrade unlocks, and then you can see if you even have the money to buy the whole thing. And that's what makes this thing so hard, because the tier 4s in this case, which are basically the T-Rexes, well, those guys are very expensive themselves. I mean, one T-Rex is, I think it was 10,000. Yes, one of these T-Rexes is like 10,260, but then it's like a Velociraptor, it's almost 3k. The Adasaurus is 1k, and then I guess the main tower plus the tier 1, it's gonna be closer to 14, maybe something like $15,000 is gonna be for one of them. So we need 4 of those guys, which is closer to like 60,000 for all 4 tier 4s, and then like 75,000 for the tier 5. So that means that I actually, before starting this, I actually went into, there's this website that shows you what's the cumulative amount of money that you're gonna make up to a certain round, and it turns out that it's going to be, are we fine actually on this one? I really want to buy Striker Jones in the next one without having to do anything. I might restart this one if you don't. Oh my god, it didn't snipe it. Okay, so as a huge wave is coming, I want to have this guy on strong and this one on strong as well. Oh no, he was already on strong. Wait, what? So is this gonna be a little bit better now? I'm wondering. So it's just the blue balloons, I feel like. One more, please? No, it's the same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna buy another Beast Handler actually. So let's just have this one. I mean, we're gonna need 4 anyway, so let's just buy it. It's fine, I guess. And so this website shows you how much money you're gonna make up to a certain round, and it turns out that if we want to make $135, we are going to have to be playing up until the 90s, basically. And keep in mind that when we're talking about the 90s and $135,000, we're talking about not spending cash on anything else. So that means no camo detection, no buffs, no support towers, no slows, nothing. I was just thinking about this before, like, what's the support aspect for these beast handlers? So what is it like? I don't know, maybe like what the fact that the bottom path moves MOAB class balloons a little bit further back. I think that's kind of one support aspect, but other than that, let me just actually buy this thing, the Horned Owl, so we can take care of this camo balloon. Oh, now that I think about this, I should have probably upgraded one of these guys, because this range is not looking good. Actually, you know what we could do? We could merge the range. So if we do something like this for the Horned Owl, so I'm gonna buy it. Oh, actually it's $909. I'm spending way too much money on these side upgrades, which we are not supposed to be doing. And keep in mind, we don't even have camo detection purchased yet. So, well, it's just like these birds, but we need like serious camo for the dinosaurs later on, right? So I've not actually used the Beast Handler a lot. I think it was like when this tower came out, I was super excited because the concept was so much different than basically anything else. But honestly, the way that this whole thing works, it's a little bit too tedious, and I don't think that I'm the only one when I say these things. I feel like the Beast Handler is probably a little bit underused for a huge portion of the BTD6 basically player base, because, well, it's just a little bit tedious until it gets to full power. And it's not like these other beasts are weak, it's just the fact that in order for you to get the tier 5, you have to be buying all these beasts and then merging them and then collecting the cash. I think that that's something that a lot of players don't want to be doing. Okay, so let me buy the Velociraptor now. I don't know, we're gonna see how we do. Maybe we merge it into one, maybe I don't know what to do about this one. I was thinking of having like 4 T-Rexes just so we have different points of attack across the map, but I'm not sure. Oh, and this owl is not even defeating. Oh my god. I mean, is this even microable? Okay, so we have a problem with actually the white camo balloons, which I did not expect for this tower to have. So what do we do about this one? I mean, I guess it's time to just buy the camo, guys. I guess I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so it's round 39, and I think we're gonna end this round with closer to like $4,000. And even though I can buy the jungle drums, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait for this round to end and then see how we can do versus the MOAB. We're probably gonna need to micro this dinosaur along the track. So let's just see how much damage we're doing to it. And it's, oh my god, that's not a lot of damage. We're barely doing any damage to it, so we're gonna have to basically think of a solution for this MOAB, because this is not looking good. Okay, so let's try it like this. Let me buy the jungle jumps, which is a little bit of attack speed for, I guess, the dinosaur. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to try and merge one of these guys and give it a little bit more power. So how much of a difference is this going to make? So now this guy has 11 out of 24, so that's plus 3 power, and that should mean plus 3 damage, plus a little bit of attack speed. Let's see how it does. So we can get 2 abilities off. So let's use the first one. The dinosaur is attacking. And let me try and kind of move it along the line. Okay, so this is a lot better than last time. Nice. Move it like here. And that's amazing. Good stuff. Okay, so that was actually the correct choice, to merge instead of upgrading anything else. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Actually, we can buy this Velociraptor, which is merged to this guy, and it's gonna give it plus 5 beast power. So let's do that instead of saving money for the T-Rex. So let's just see how good this thing is. So it's gonna become 16 out of 24 power, and it eats ceramics in one shot. I mean, that's amazing. So I should probably, am I merging this one? See, that's the thing, because I merged one of them already, but I'm not sure if I should do it with another one. I was thinking of having different points of damage across the map. So because we're going to have 4 and one of these T-Rexes is already basically going to be merged, I'm not sure if we're basically going to have enough damage for one of these guys. Because if we want to get the Giganotosaurus, I feel like spending money on like overclocks and just relentless glues and all these support towers, that is not going to do us any good in the long run. Okay, so 49, I want to do one more merge actually, and then we're going to chill for a second. So let's merge this guy. I'm going to Velociraptor, merge it with this one. It's going to be a max power Velociraptor, 24 out of 24, which already one-shot ceramics, but we need the extra damage versus MOABs. And then here's what I was thinking. I was thinking of removing this one just to kind of allow us to place things in this space, and then I wanted to get the relentless glue as soon as possible. And I want to have it like here, I think, just in range of the village, but then as close to, I guess, this part of the track, which is the left side, as much as possible, and then get the, we're going for the middle path. This is a better one. So 024, and this is where I think I'm going to stop merging and upgrading stuff. Let's see how we do versus the MOAB now. Oh my god, that's so much better. That's crazy. Okay, so we have the money for the first T-Rex. We've actually had it for a while, but I'm going to leave this guy attacking on the track because I want to see what the Velociraptor can do versus round 63. So I know the T-Rex is going to eat it up, plus we're going to get the ability, but I feel like I think the Velociraptor is just a tower that I haven't seen, because each time that I've bought these millipede dinosaurs, I've just been buying the next upgrade, and I've never seen what these guys can do by themselves. So let's just see what a single Velociraptor can do versus these harder rounds. And I was thinking 63, but then again, how is it going to do versus the 45 MOABs on 62? We might be in a situation when we're microing it. I was thinking about 62 and the 45 MOABs, but I completely forgot about the BFB. So let's see how we do versus this thing. Let's try and, should I even micro this? I mean, let's stun everything now. And then move this guy. Oh my god, I don't even need to move it. That was too much damage. So let's see how we do versus 63. This should be very interesting. So I know that this guy can one-shot them, but what? It eats up an entire wave. This is like a tier 3 tower, which costs like $10,000. It eats it up. It eats it up. Well, it's not the entire wave, but it's like 80% of the ceramic wave. Why is this thing so good? Is it the merges? Or is this tower like a little bit busted by itself? Okay, let's not call it busted, but it's super strong. I expected that the T-Rex can do that, but I didn't expect the Velociraptor to be that good, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, should we try something like a 2 Mega Pops with this thing sometime in the future? Because this thing is looking like it's doing a lot of damage. I mean, imagine this thing overclocked with all the buffs and the slows and the stuns. It should be interesting. Okay, but I think it's time to upgrade the T-Rex. And basically, if this guy is cleaning everything up, then you guys know that the T-Rex is obviously going to be cleaning everything up by itself. But we do need to merge it. So we're missing about half of the beast power on this thing. And so now we can merge this guy. Well, they're actually merged. We can just upgrade this guy and the other one. They're already merged. And then we need to buy T-Rex number 4. And then we're basically starting the clock to 75,000. The countdown starts after that. So, yeah, I think the T-Rex is going to destroy basically all of these guys. So I'm going to see you guys in a second. So one of the problems that this tower has is that it doesn't have a lot of attack speed, and that's why the overclock is an amazing combo with it. And you guys can kind of see it, that it's just a bunch of rainbows, and even though it's doing a lot of damage to them, it's like, well, I guess the BFB would have been popped like here towards the left side where my mouse is, but it's just making it way too far at this point. So let me just use Striker Jones's, oh no, the stun went to this guy at the top of the 45 BFB. So let's, oh my god, the bird. Let's use the ability now. Does this work? No, it doesn't actually. So this ability is one of the few abilities in the game which I guess it's not based off of the targeting. So here comes this ZOMG, and this should be the first actual test for our T-Rex. So let me move it like this for starters. We have it merged to here, so basically we're covering the entirety of the map, so we can move it anywhere. So the way this thing works is, you guys see those circles, so we can move our dinosaur everywhere. Even though it's this guy's dinosaur, like the one in the middle, we can move it in the range of all of these other guys that we're merged with. So let me use the ability now. Yeah, the damage is absolutely lacking versus UMGs, and this should be a little bit more difficult versus rounds like 85 and 87 even. And actually, you know, all these rounds 88, 89, that's where I think that's where the difficulty with this challenge is going to start ramping up. But that was the first ZOMG, so we kind of took care of it. So let's have this guy at the front, we're gonna probably have to micro it. Let me use the ability to just try and do as much damage as possible, and I should probably be clapping them with the dinosaur ability as well. But this thing is, well, what we can do is we can actually upgrade these guys. So let me upgrade the first one. Let's see how much of a difference this thing makes. So that is 40 out of 64 beast power. Let's see how much of a difference this makes. Let me move it towards the back. I don't think you can really see the difference between the previous one. I don't think it probably did something, but it's like not that noticeable, I don't think. And then the cooldown, even the cooldown on the Striker Jones ability, it becomes so short. Look at this. We stun them, then it's up again, and then let me move the dinosaur, we're gonna stun again, and then it's up again. That's such a nice ability. This is such a nice combo. This is like an unexpected combo, even though this guy, like, he buffs them worse in the bomb shooters, but it's like, dude, it's like, the dinosaurs are amazing as well. And as these MOABs are coming out, I should probably use the ability, do a little bit more damage, because beneath them there are still small balloons incoming, so we might need to kind of move it. So let's have this guy towards the right side. And we need to buy one more dinosaur beast handler. So we can actually merge it with this guy. So let's buy this thing. And it's going to unlock this part of the track as well. So let's merge this dinosaur with this one. And this is going to be 56 beast power. Wait a minute. How am I missing? Oh, I haven't upgraded this one. Okay, so let's upgrade the last one. And this is a max power T-Rex. So 64 out of 64. And finally we have, look at that. The Giganotosaurus is finally unlocked. The problem is $75,000. That's kind of the problem. So let's move this guy here towards the left side. Oh, you can definitely see the difference now. Okay, so we added like, how much was it? It was like 40 out of 64, and then when we added like 24 more beast power, you can definitely feel the difference. Okay, so we're entering the 90s, and this is the part of the game where I'm actually concerned about what's going to be happening. So these DDs are super fast for our dinosaur, our T-Rex. And let's just move it like this. And yeah, that was just around 90. So imagine what's going to be happening on 95. I feel like we're not going to have the money for 95, guys, for the Giganotosaurus. And even if we get it, like, how good is it going to be actually? So let's keep using the abilities. Let's see. I mean, it's going to be in a few rounds. And I'm also worried about the DDTs on 93 because there's going to be a lot more of them. But in general, we seem to be taking care of these smaller balloons. It's just like these DDTs that are going to be super fast. And then I guess when the HP starts ramping up with these other balloons, that's when we're going to have a lot of problems as well. So I'm talking around like maybe 94, 96, and 98. Those are going to be crucial for this run. And it's just this UMG. So let's stun this UMGs, do as much damage as possible. And when that stun ends, use the other one. And yeah, this is like a combo and a half, guys. So you do the Striker Jones ability. When that thing ends, you do the T-Rex ability. And then after that, you do the Striker Jones again. And it's just like... if you're doing all of that while it's under the Relentless Glue, and you know what, I just remembered, wait a minute, there's this balloon impact and the, I guess the top had the balloon crush now. They actually knock balloons back. So if they knock balloons back, that's gonna be, and they even stun, so that's like a super good combo with all of this. Oh my god, we should definitely try that. I'm getting excited talking about these other combos and these ideas that we should do like in the future. But let me actually focus on this one, because this is actually probably the most difficult round so far. Let me use the ability now. Oh, look at the range in that ability. It even stunned them up top. Okay, let's use it. Let's use the Striker Jones ability. And that DDT got... well, it got taken care of, but I see these black blues. No, we have to go there. And I think we have it. It's just the MOABs now. Let me use the Striker ability. Let me move it towards the left side. And I think we absolutely have it. Oh my god, that was like a super close round. We're gonna have it now. So how much is this? 75,600. We're gonna have it right now. So let me use all the abilities, and there it is, Giganotosaurus in Chimps. So this is the first time I've ever done this. Actually, I don't think I've ever bought it in Chimps mode. And look at this thing. This thing is gonna be eating them up, isn't it? I mean, it's gonna make a huge difference between in the T-Rex, in the Giganotosaurus, right? Like, I didn't buy this for nothing, right? But let's see how it's gonna do. So the ability now becomes, oh, yeah, there's a huge difference. Although it leaks balloons a little bit, but we can move it. Oh my god, that does so much damage. That's insane. Let's watch it versus these 45 ZOMGs. Do I want to use the striker ability? Nope. It one-shots 45 MOABs and it two-shots 45 BFBs. That's just crazy. Let's move it towards here, I guess, so we can see better what's happening. Let's actually, you know what? Let's buff it a little bit more. So let's give it a couple more. I think we should go for a T-Rex trade, right? Even though this isn't the most efficient way to do it, and yeah, this thing is way too good. This thing is way too good. 100 out of 132 power. It's round 98, and it's literally one-shotting 45 MOABs. It's just eating them up. It just eats them up completely. Yeah, that's a super cool tower. Let's see how it does versus these 45 DDTs. So we managed to do the... Yeah, it's just one. It one-shots 45 DDTs. I did not know that about this tower. Oh my god, it does so much damage. This is so cool. Wait, so you know what I should try and do? We should actually just try and leave it and see how much it's gonna go by itself. So does the ability do any damage to the bat? I want to know. So yeah, it does. It does a little bit of damage, but it doesn't stun obviously, so there's no extra damage to it. And there it is. There is the Giganotosaurus on Chimps mode. Wow, that was a little bit easier than I expected, honestly. I thought it was gonna be harder just because these T-Rexes would probably not be able to hold on. But when you super buff a T-Rex, it actually looks like that's a super strong tower, and we almost got the 2 Mega Pops by accident. But that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was really fun. It was my first time buying the Giganotosaurus in Chimps mode, the super expensive tower in general. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching it, and I will see you all in the next one.